Savelle Foy, your cheerleader of dreams. Hey, if you've never subscribed to this podcast, just push the little red button right down there to get consistent teaching tools and tips to help you live your dreams. Today, I want to talk to you about 6 easy ways to declutter your home. You know, what exactly is clutter? Well, it's the accumulation of things that impede your ability to just feel relaxed, at peace, and confident about your living space. It's when you can't fully rest in your haven because your home has evolved into this never-ending to-do list in your head that constantly just nags at you. Well, this removal or clearing out will help you find what you need when you need it, allow you to fully enjoy your living quarters, and give your mind rest from the overwhelm that clutter produces. In fact, Julie Morgenstern, she's written some amazing books. Organizing from the Inside Out is one of them. And she believes that if you can find what you need when you need it, you're happy with your space, and you don't feel like your clutter is just getting in your way, then you are sufficiently well organized. However, if you are ashamed, embarrassed, feel guilty, and just avoid time at home, then those are indicators that your clutter needs to be cleared out and put in order. And the thing is, most of us realize we have too much stuff. However, we tend to think we just need more space and then we could get better organized. Well, according to the National Soap and Detergent Association, yes, there is such a thing, statistics prove that 80% of household clutter is the result of disorganization, not a lack of space. Now listen to some of these startling statistics. This is from Joshua Becker, who he wrote some different things on being a minimalist, and it talks about the need to purge our possessions a little bit. Now listen to this. There are 300,000 items in the average American home. 300,000. Well, the average size of the American home has nearly tripled in size over the past 50 years. Still, 1 out of every 10 Americans rents an off-site storage unit to house the extra possessions. Is that crazy? In fact, toys. Hey, would you throw me a toy real quick? I read where the average 10-year-old owns 238 toys. But get this, they only play with just 12 of them. That's crazy. In other words, we like our stuff. Well, at the same time, all these objects just piled up around us are negatively affecting our productivity, our time, our budgets, and our mental health. Well, I want you to know purging is therapeutic. In fact, I want to share some decluttering tips that organizing experts recommend. Now listen to these to see which one maybe you identify with as being a good strategy to get you going. So number 1, the first one I want to share, and these are all in my book on Declutter Your Way to Success, but the first one is the 12-month rule. The 12-month rule. Now, many professional organizers should suggest that this tactic will help you make strides in your clutter-free home. One of the biggest reasons we accumulate so much stuff is because we have so many old items that haven't been used in years. Now, this could be due to fond memories or I may need it one day, that mindset. Well, if you haven't needed it or used it in the past year, the general rule is to toss it. Give it to someone else, throw it away, or give it to someone who will appreciate it and even utilize it. So that's the first one. Number 2 is something old, something new. Now, when it comes to clothing, research shows that we only wear about 10 to 20% of our items hanging in our closet, about 80% of the time. I'm pretty sure I wear more than that, but that's not my point. The point is, do we really need this many clothes if we aren't even wearing them? In fact, many decluttering experts recommend you only give yourself permission to purchase an item if you remove a similar item. See, if your closet is already overstuffed, it's cram-packed, then remove a pair of shoes before you add another pair. So for everything you buy, you must remove a similar item. If you buy a new set of Tupperware, remove the old Tupperware. You know, the ones with the lost lids? Here's the cool thing. Your old items could be something new to someone else, so give it away. Number 3 is the do it now process. The do it now process. You know, when you take your clothes off at the end of the day, complete the ritual by either putting them in the dirty clothes hamper or hang them back up. It's a one-step process when you follow up immediately. Otherwise, you throw them in the floor or across a chair only to be attended to at another time. But when you're constantly thinking, do it now, just get it done. It's the same with dishes. Don't stack the dishes in the sink after dinner because you're just making things harder on yourself by having to return to that chore at a later time and tidy up. Load the plates in the dishwasher as soon as you finish dinner. It's done. And don't create those extra steps for yourself that only welcome more overwhelming feelings of so much to do. Just think, do it now, do it now, do it now. In fact, just for an example, when you bring in the stack of mail from the mailbox, immediately just start throwing away all the junk mail. Instead of putting them in a pile, looking through them, it's junk, but then you got to go back through them again. No, just think, do it now. And this behavior will instantly reduce clutter and stress that's building up. In fact, Sarah Felton calls it the 30-second rule. She said if a job takes around 30 seconds or less to do it immediately. Like put the shoes away, throw the junk mail in the trash, carry the towels from the laundry room to the bathroom. Just think, do it now. Number 4 is stop the junk. Do you know one simple way to cut down on paper clutter is to cancel the junk mail from being delivered to your mailbox altogether? I read where the average American receives nearly 15,000 pieces of junk mail. Well, how much of it is lying on your kitchen counter right now? Well, we can eliminate this whole process by going paperless. You could actually have your bills electronically emailed. And it not only eliminates all this paperwork of, decluttering, but it saves you time by not having to open each bill and sort through them. You could also automate your bills. If you want to simplify your life even more, have your bills set up for payment automatically. Everything from your electric bill, your gym membership, your savings plan, your phone bill, that's a huge stress reliever. And number 5, consolidate. Do you really need 7 frying pans? Or 32 cleaning products? Or what about 17 tubes of lipstick piled in a drawer? 27 pairs of socks with 11 mismatched. You can't find them. We tend to unconsciously collect so many items that can simply be merged or purged, condensed, and even tossed in the trash to free up more space. Now, if you discover that you have too many of an item, purge it. And the last one I want to share, number 6, is to take the 30-day challenge. Now, I did this one, and this can be so much fun. This is an activity that many who consider themselves minimalist have employed into their lifestyle of living with fewer material possessions for the purpose of just finding more freedom. Now, I'm not advocating or opposing this lifestyle. I'm simply promoting a clutter-free, peaceful environment. Well, here's the challenge. You simply remove one item each day that corresponds with the day of the month. So, for example, on the first day of the month, you just toss one item. You declutter one item from your possessions. On day 5, you remove 5 items that have no use to you. On day 15, you declutter 15 items that are taking up space. On day 30 of doing this decluttering challenge, you will have removed 500 unnecessary items from your domain. Isn't that amazing? I actually did this, and it is very therapeutic. That's major progress, and it's a little fun in the process. Well, I've discovered that successful people are organized. So if you're believing God for a new car, a new job, a new house, a new ministry, a career, one of the greatest strategies for success is to act as if you already have what you want to have. Practice excellence on your way to where you desire to be. Excellence, is one of the character traits of God. In fact, in Genesis, we read, Genesis 1:31 says, "And God saw all that he had made and that it was good." Notice it doesn't say, "And God saw all that he had made and it was average." Or God saw all that he had made and it was acceptable or mediocre. No, it says it was very good. So we should look at our surroundings, our work, our home, our pantries, our closets, our cars, our endeavors, and have that same sentiment where you say, it's very good. So I want to encourage you to have fun with this. Get your kids, your family involved, and watch the atmosphere, the mood, the environment is going to change and improve from chaos to peace. I hope you enjoyed this today because I really want to help you develop that clutter-free home. In fact, I wanted to recognize our subscriber of the week, and this is Terri Elizabeth. Terri with a Y. So, Terri says, "Thank you for your ministry, Terri. She said, I launched my book and organizing channel, and your encouragement has a lot to do with that. She said, I purchased one of your series in the past and gave it to a homeless man who dreams of pursuing an acting career. I love that. I binge listened to all of your videos when I was ill and recovering. I put all your videos on a giant playlist, and since I had to let my own spaces go while I rested, whenever I was feeling better, I would turn on my Terri Savelle playlist and get my spaces back in order. Gosh, I love that. She said, I'm naturally organized and passionate about organization, so it was all your teaching on goal setting and pursuing your dreams that got me to the point of finishing my book. She launched it and is finally starting a YouTube channel. You have truly been a blessing to my life. I am very grateful for you and your team behind the scenes. Many blessings to you. Well, I am so proud of you, Terri. And to be honest, I kept saying she because I'm a Terri, but it's Terri with a Y, so this could be a man, I'm not sure. But I'm so proud of you, Terri, for taking action, decluttering your home, and living your dreams. In fact, I want to help all of you with not only getting your surroundings in order, but getting your life in order. That's why I'm giving you 2 chapters of my latest book, Declutter Your Way to Success, completely free. Now, you can find the link in the description to download vital keys shared in this book, but I believe it's going to give you the help you need to get started with a simple plan to declutter your life. Now, for more consistent motivation, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. You can find my handles below or click the little red subscribe button for weekly videos to make this your best year yet. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.